I'm here in Kampala, this beautiful resort, Speak Resort, to attend the 4th African Grain Trade Summit.
The theme that we have for this 4th African Grain Trade Summit
is accelerating growth in trade, opportunities for strategic partnership and investment.
So one of the things that we believe we'll be able to achieve out of this summit is
to have some business relationships with members of East African Grain Council.
To actually meet people and more importantly make connections.
The sort of business that we do that requires to know people, requires to build a partnership, requires to deal with the agribusinesses across the region. And it is only in this kind of summit that you can meet that group in one location and be able to exchange ideas.
Learning about what's happening in other countries.
If you don't really get experience of your partner
From UK,
Ethiopia,
in Kenya,
from US,
Rwanda,
Tanzania,
Central Europe,
Malawi, it will be very hard for you to know
What's worked in other countries, what's failed in other countries.
what can work for you and what cannot work for you.
Today, we had quite a number of farmers who are even in the process of sponsoring themselves to come for these summits.
We discussed issue of financing, which has been very, very useful to me. I really enjoyed it.
And now we are seeing other stakeholders coming in.
And this is the first time that you're actually able to access people who have the money that can help you do new things.
It's very exciting to see that the banks are now financing commodities using the commodity itself as collateral.
As opposed to having physical security collateral, which was actually lacking in most commodity traders.
I'm a great believer in East Africa.
and I have a dream that someday all of these countries will come together and create a regional market.
A market of about 40 million people plus. I'm talking about active trading population within the region.
The opportunities that has been created by the common market are huge.
You don't need a degree in economics to work that one out.
Farmer needs to seek the best markets, and the crops need to move from area of surplus to areas of deficiency.
But otherwise, our people will remain working, but no return, no meaningful return for themselves.
Farming is business.
I am, for instance, a farmer myself. I'm not a very poor one.
So farming is serious business.
People are beginning to realize that this grain sector within this region, not only for food security, but for trade, is extremely important.
So the question is not what can grow here and what can grow there. The question is what can grow here that will give me maximum income. That is the question you should answer.
If you want to develop your people,
Lifting people out of poverty,
if you want to develop your nation,
creating employment.
you need to integrate.
That's been evident across all the people who've been represented here today.
One of the key topics that is running through almost all the sessions is the area of policy.
We're now seeing people pushing to have harmonized policies within the region.
The nice thing about this summit is it brings the private sector and the public sector together.
You know, the private sector pushing the government saying, tell your people to start working on these policies.
So that we also follow up or ensure that we also enforce the recommendations made by this forum.
So we know we will come up with very strong recommendations to the national governments and to the regional governments on what needs to be done, what interventions need to be put in place, or what policy reforms need to be put in place to address the various bottlenecks and to deal with the problems that the grain value chain are experiencing.
What is discussed at such forum is from experiences of different stakeholders.
The speakers that you are seeing coming up, to speak and to give a contribution in the various sessions have actually been very highly selected.
They're very knowledgeable.
Without knowledge, you will be like somebody who is shooting in the dark.
They're keen on the industry.
They want to fix things.
They want the industry to go forward. They want East Africa to go forward.
It has been a very good forum for us.
Yeah, definitely this is a very important forum for any stakeholder that is within the grain trade chain.
I would definitely recommend any farmer to attend.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been very, very good.
And I now have the honor and duty to declare the African Trade Summit officially closed.